You just had a super tough workout and now you're super sore. Does that mean you should skip your next workout? I'm gonna show you how to train when you're sore, that way you can still get big and strong as a skinny natty guy. Yo, what is up everybody? I'm Cyrese, I'm a natural lifter, been lifting for 15 years on and off, been researching for a decade now, and now I teach skinny natty guys like yourself how to build drug-free muscle with just 2 workouts per week. And in this video, we are talking about how to train when you're still sore. So first thing real quick is that there's a difference between pain and soreness. And if you're a beginner and you're watching this, you might not be able to differentiate those two. However, though, if you've been training for a little bit, I hope you should be able to feel the difference. For one, pain's gonna feel like pain. And I mean, I really hope you should be able to figure this out, because if you can't figure this out, then it's pretty bad for you, and then I don't know if I can help you, because it's pretty obvious. If you're doing an exercise and it's so bad to the point that it hurts, you're going too far. Or if you do your workout and after your workout, like, you don't feel like you're sore, but you feel like your body is like there's something actually wrong, like in your chest, in your biceps, whatever it is you trained, then you might have actually hurt yourself. Soreness, on the other hand, is just, you should know, like, you just feel sore, like you feel like you trained your muscles, you feel like you got a good workout, you're a little stiff, like you're a little tight, maybe you got a pump still. Like, that's a sign of soreness, and that's totally okay. Like, that's what you should be aiming for, actually. If you are feeling pain and you feel like you're actually hurt, or you actually hurt yourself, that's probably a sign that you actually should skip your workout, maybe take a day off, figure out what you did wrong, figure out if you actually hurt yourself. And if the pain doesn't subside between now and your next workout, or maybe even the next few days, then maybe it's out of my hands and maybe you should go see a doctor. However, if you're sore, if you're a little sore, even if you're super sore, I still teach my clients, like, hey, you can still go to the gym. Like, if you are super, super, super sore, like you had such a killer workout that you feel like maybe you had such a killer squat session that you still can't, like, you can't even walk, I still teach my clients, like, hey, go to the gym. I still go to the gym even in that case. And even though I teach my clients to go to the gym, even if they're super, super sore like that, I don't tell them, like, hey, you have to go have another super crazy killer squat workout. Like, I tell them, like, hey, you're a little sore, your body isn't fully recovered, you probably need a little bit more time before the gym, but that doesn't mean you should skip it. You can still go to the gym, you can still get a little bit of blood flow pump through your legs, and that's going to help speed up your recovery. You could still do a couple of sets of squats if that's what you're working on. You just don't have to go RPE 10, reps in reserve 10, like, you don't have to go super crazy. You can leave a little in the tank and just go get a good pump in. Getting a pump is cool and all, like, it feels good, it looks good in photos and all, but it's not going to help you ultimately grow. What's going to help you grow is progressive overload. And if you're just going to the gym to get a pump, I mean, I would say it's better than just sitting at the house doing nothing. So in that case, I would rather have you go to the gym if you are super sore. If you are still super sore and you have a few days in between your next workout, what you should be doing on your rest days is something called active recovery. If you're watching this and you're not really sure what active recovery is yet, I'm going to teach you about it right now. So a lot of guys, maybe like yourself, maybe you do this too, you hear the words rest day and you think, oh, okay, it's my day off from the gym, I sit at home. Yes and no. On a rest day, yes, you want to rest, but you don't want to absolutely do nothing. Like, you don't want to just sit on the fucking couch all day and do nothing. Yes, that will help you rest and that will help you recover between now and your next workout, but you could treat your rest days way better, and you can be way more efficient with them by implementing active recovery. To put it into simple words, like super simple 3rd grade reading level, that way you can understand it. Active recovery is basically when on your rest days you get blood flow pumped into your muscles, or I guess into your body. And what does this do? It basically speeds up the recovery process, gets blood flow pumped to your muscles, that way you can recover a little bit quicker between now and your next workout. So next question you're probably asking is, how do you do that? Well, it's super simple too. You basically want to do any type of like physical activity, any type of low fatigue exercise that's still going to get blood flow pumped to your muscles, but it's not going to feel like a workout. It's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be relaxing. It can be, a little difficult, but the point is that it's not a workout. Like, you shouldn't be sore or tired after. Let me give you some examples if you're still not following. Some examples of active recovery are things like walking. walking your dog, going on a bike ride, the stationary bike at the gym, maybe some Stairmaster, swimming, golf, ping pong, tennis, light hiking, a little bit of easy yard work. I don't know. That's already 11 examples. I have a whole list of ideas and examples of active recovery, but I don't have all freaking 30 of them memorized. So, there's some other things that I want to talk about as well too, that sit kind of on the topic of like whether or not you should go to the gym, depending on how sore you are. Another thing is that diet is super important, and it's going to speed up your recovery process as well too. If you're just putting a bunch of garbage in your gut, a bunch of garbage down your hatch, down your throat, then your performance is going to suck, and you're not going to really recover that well either. You got to treat your body like the vessel that is going to get you from point A to point B, and treat it like a car. Like if you just put shitty gas in your car, you might get from point A to point B, but the drive's going to suck. Your car's not going to drive well. It's going to drive like shit, and your body is the exact same way. You want to put good food in your body, put nutrient-dense food in your body, put whole foods in your body, and you're going to recover way better as well too. All those low inflammatory foods that you like hear about on TikToks and like IG and shit like that, all this stuff's real. Like eat a bunch of fruit, eat a bunch of vegetables, eat a bunch of like lean sources of protein, beef, chicken, fish. Stay away from junk food, and you'll notice that you'll be able to recover better between workouts, and you'll notice that the time between workouts, like you're not as sore, like you recover better. Next thing I want to talk about is why you should have a really good warm-up. If you're super sore and you're going into your next workout and you're like, damn, I'm so sore, why am I even here? Like, should I have skipped? Should I have skipped the gym? Like, maybe that's what you're thinking, but even if you're super sore, you can still have a good workout. You're just going to need to warm up significantly longer. So, for example, if you're going to do bench, you could hit the bar for a bunch of sets. Like, sometimes I hit the bar for like 50 reps in a row just to get a super, super, super good blood pump going through my chest, through my arms. And if you're super sore, like sometimes that's what you need. Like that's what you need in order to have a good workout. Now, are you going to PR that day, or are you going to like be super strong that day? There's a good chance you might not be, just because you are really sore, but don't let that be like your mindset going into it. Like just because you're sore doesn't mean you still can't have a killer workout. I've hit plenty of PRs on days where I go to the gym and I'm like, damn, I'm not feeling it. Like my body is aching. I am sore. My back is aching. There's no way I'm picking up plates off the ground. There's no way I'm going to deadlift. And on some of those days, I've hit some of my best PRs ever. And that's just because I have to get through that mindset of like, yeah, I'm sore. Like, yeah, this sucks. Like, yeah, I don't want to be here. But dude, like you still got to go. You still got to show up. Just have a really good warm up, and you never know. Like you might break PRs that day in the gym. The next thing I want to talk about is consistency and how it's relevant to like your training. Yes, the title of the video and the question on this video is like whether or not you should go to the gym if you're sore. And my answer is pretty much going to be yes 90% of the time, as long as you're not so freaking sore that you feel like you're dying. Like if you can still get up, walk around, move around a bit, typically you can still go have a good workout. And I mean, like sometimes you can just go and get a pump, like I had suggested earlier. You don't always have to like work on hitting PRs and work on progressive overload. Like there's some days where you just got to show up and work out for 10 minutes and then you can go home. Not every day is going to be a crazy win, but if you start stacking these small wins, like going to the gym even when you don't feel like it, your progress and your consistency becomes way better. And when your progress and consistency are way better, then you're going to have way better results as a natty lifter. So we're reaching the end of the video. I think I've touched on most of the topics I wanted to talk about and discuss with you. I think I just want to leave it off with the best way to train if you are super sore. If you are super sore and you're still going to go to the gym and you're just really not feeling it, like I said, do a bunch of warm-up sets. If you feel like you really can't push it that day, like you can either say, fuck it, my mindset's too strong and I'm going to go hard anyway, or you can take it easy, go a little bit lighter on the weight, a little shorter on the volume. Depending on what you do is going to kind of depend on a few different variables. Like, you don't want to push it and say, fuck it. You don't want to just have that mindset of like, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway, if you're going to put yourself at risk of injury. Like if you're so sore and you know that if you throw 2 plates on the bench today and you start repping it out that you might get hurt, then by all means, fuck it, like you shouldn't be benching. However, when you can have that fuck it mindset is if like, yeah, I'm sore, but I can still rep 2 plates on the bench for a few reps today. Like I can still do that. then yeah, in that case, by all means, go ahead. So pretty much to conclude the video, what I'm trying to say here is, even if you're still sore, if you can walk around, if you can still go get a pump in, then I think you should by all means stick to your workout routine and your programming. On the other hand, if you're going to put yourself at risk by going to the work, or if you're going to put yourself at risk of injury by going and completing your workout today, then maybe it's a sign you should stay home. And if you're already in so much pain from working out that you probably already got hurt, then by all means you should skip the gym, and if that pain subsides, you should see a doctor. So yeah, that's it.